welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial of how to turn a men's shirt into a super cute 1940s style cropped blouse. I'm going to take a men's shirt and I'm going to show you how to do it from this to this. Okay, number one is to measure up from your shoulders down to your belly button, your waist, because that will be where the shirt sits. Now remember to allow 1 centimeter for seam allowance, and what we're going to be doing is creating like a waistband on the end of the shirt. I'll show you what I mean. So here is my previous example. So it's upside down, but this is the waist where the shirt finishes, and then I added a waistband from the excess material on the shirt. So that way you can see does up, and then the little cute little waistband to gather sort of your waist. And then I've made it, when I made mine a bit longer, so I can either tuck it in or leave it out depending on like the pants that I wear. So number one, measure. So I have a helper here. Hello Charlie, what are you up to? Okay, once you got your shirt measurement, you can then cut where it needs to be and then cut 5 centimeters for the waistband. I usually allow about 5 centimeters. That gives you seam allowance and also joining to the original shirt. It even means these on the sleeves. So I'm going to cut these to be short sleeves, and I'm thinking I might use half this cuff to do kind of like an edging on my sleeve. So be creative, repurpose the materials that you aren't going to use and find ways to use them. So I think last time I used a bit of the waistband off this original shirt to make, well, the cuff, sorry, to make the waistband. I believe I did, maybe I didn't, but yeah, just repurpose. And then once you can do that, the other stage is once we've cut, we can then add darts in just under the bust, so that kind of gives some more shaping to the shirt. So let's cut this off and cut a waistband. Let's go. Like repurposing, upstyling too, you know, reusing the elements of the shirt and stuff. So I picked up this one men's shirt. It's a really nice like pink check, and what I was actually thinking of doing is replacing these buttons, you can see them there, with super cute not quite the button I was thinking of, but nice big white buttons I thought would look kind of cool with this shirt. It might make... Okay, so I've cut my shirt off where I need it to be. Now I'm going to measure down 5 centimeters to cut the waistband. So I use about 5 centimeters, allow for seam allowance as well. Feel free to make this shorter, longer, depending on the type of shortness and length you're wanting to create with your blouse. But once you've got that, you can cut that off and you're ready to start stitching. Let's go! Now, so you have cut your waistband, make sure it does fit around your waist. Now with mine, I had to, last time I made it, I had to do a couple of pleats because the waistband was longer than what I needed. And also don't forget to add your darts to give the blouse a bit more shape before you do the waistband. So then you know you've got excess waistband, you can do a pleat or something. So now I'm just going to add some darts in. Now when I picked up this shirt from the op shop, I did make sure it did fit me. So if yours doesn't fit you or is a bit too big, you may need to take in the sides as well as doing darts. So with the darts, I do about maybe 15 centimeters from the bottom and about 2 centimeters either side to create my darts. And how I do that is I take the edge, what do you call it, the edge of the shirt, the blouse, the join on the side to where the buttons are, and then I measure halfway, and that's when I know where to put my dart. So again, yeah, you can add some darts to the front and also take in the sides if the shirt is a bit too big for you. You just need to tailor it, work out how it's going to be best fitted for you, and make sure that it does fit at the end of the day. And remember, what you did to one side, you need to do the other side as well, so that it matches and it's the same fit on either side. Don't forget to do that. The order of how I sewed this was I did the darts first, then I sewed, edged all the raw edging with a bit of zigzag. If you've got an overlocker, feel free to use that. On the waistband, raw edges as well as the shirt's raw edges, and then I sewed the waistband to the shirt. Now I did it a bit differently and I turned the waistband upside down, as in the button does not go on the button side. I end up doing it on the buttonhole side, so that way it gives a bit of a fancy close on the way it finishes. But make sure you do all your raw edges before you actually start sewing the two pieces together. The other thing I did before stitching the two together was doing the hem on the waistband. So I just used a fancy little foot on my sewing machine to do the hem, so that way it's done and dusted, and then I can start attaching the pieces together. Now I do recommend trying the shirt on after doing the darts to see how it fits. As you can see, I've done the waistband here, but I realised I didn't like the length of it, so I ended up cutting it shorter. And also at the back it's really weird, so I'm going to add some darts in the back, so therefore it's a better fit and fits my shape a bit better, and also take up the waistband because I'm not as happy with it. Let's get it done! Now it's time to attach the waistband to the shirt. All the raw edges have been looked after and the hem is done, and you can attach it. As you can see here, I've done a couple of pleats because the waistband is longer than the shirt, so I've just kind of done some cute little secretive, I don't even know, really dodgy pleats, I suppose you could say, but you know, I have to sound like I know what I'm doing. But yeah, just tucked it over, folded it over. It doesn't really make any difference to the overall appearance. And then I tried it on again to see how it fitted. It's definitely fitting much better now since I made it a bit shorter. And then I just swapped the buttonhole and the button together like I said before, and then I'm just going to reattach that button. The back's looking a bit better, not 100% happy with it, don't know why it's doing that. I'll have to look at fixing that, maybe taking the sides or something, but all about trial and error. So I'm happy how that's looking. Now we can move on to the sleeves. Let's go! A quick tip is to line up the checks, especially if you're using a checkered or striped shirt, to make sure they line up. I may have not lined them up the second time round, but hey, it's all bit of fun, bit of personality to the shirt. Cut our sleeves. So you got to measure how long how short, how long you want the sleeves to be. You can leave them full length if you want to. I just measured what I used last time. Also note, you can hem the sleeves like this, or you can repurpose the cuffs like I'm going to do on this shirt to make a little cute little border as such. Now I just measured how long these sleeves were, and I did the same thing to the one I'm working on currently, which is about 30 centimeters, allowing seam allowance as well. And then I can cut that off and get started with my cuffs and my edging of the sleeves. Now if you want to repurpose the cuff into some really cute border sort of edging on your sleeve, I found it a bit difficult to work out how to attach it in order to sew it, but basically I want it to look like this when it's done. So I just had to work out how best to attach it so that the raw edges weren't seen. You can also just kind of hem the sleeves like this and then fold them up for a different look if you wanted to. That's how I wear this particular shirt that I made before. I just roll up the sleeves to create kind of a different edging without having to do much sewing. So that was a really simple hem. Little hem, this little cuff sleeve is it's looking great. Now let's work on the next sleeve to finish it off. And I'm thinking I might add a little button or something folded over and create a little, I don't know, something decorative maybe perhaps on this sleeve. But I'm really liking how it looks. Let's do the next sleeve. Once that is done, make sure you cut all those loose threads, tidy it up, make sure that the shirt actually fits you, do any final tailoring and tinkering that you need to do to make sure it's done. And then it's done, and you can wear it.
Here is the final look. I am super happy with it. I can style it in multiple different ways, and look how cute those sleeves are looking. I'm really happy how this turned out. Anywho,
well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy your new 1940s inspired blouse. You can mix and match and interchange it with different pants and skirts even. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, let me know, and I'm happy to do more sewing tutorials. Just let me know what you'd like to learn. For me, I tend not to use a pattern when I sew because I'm like, patterns are too hard. I'm just going to trace a pair of pants or modify something that I already have. So if you want to learn more or have an area that you'd like to learn in particular, please let me know. Anyway, that's it from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!